Finally.
Down here at the bottom.
What's that? I was trying to just get that snapped in while they were down low where we could mess with them.
Well, we need to put the top on.
Oh yeah.
Probably inconvenient. We got our awning up. Should be able to handle the rain, and if it starts getting worse tonight or during the day here, then we've got plenty of tarps and stuff that we can string up over the top of it if we need to. That way it'll have 2 layers to go through. But this makes it a lot nicer. We used to string up tarps and stuff, and we still do that sometimes, but it's just so nice to just pop it up, be done with it. Yeah, I was looking at that. Somebody that camped here previously left a ridiculous amount of trash and made apparently a rebar pot hook here beside Brian, and left a bag full of trash. There's a 5-gallon bucket over here in the woods, so we're going to get all that stuff when we leave tomorrow. We're going to a different camp spot tomorrow, up north, farther north from where we're at right now, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow too, so hopefully either tonight or tomorrow we'll get some good rain and stuff like that. There's the Widowmaker right there from the last video. I guess it snapped off in that last storm, which is nice. It's a lot safer now for people camping here. You don't have to worry about it falling on anybody or kids or anything like that getting hurt by it, so that's good. But anyway, we're going to keep unloading the truck. So this tent right here, believe it or not, is a Ozark Trail Walmart tent that I've had for probably 9-10 years. It's really the only tent I've used in the last 10 years, and it's got a built-in rain fly. Poles are built into it. It's just really nice, all self-contained. I didn't realize it was a 6-person tent when I bought it, which has actually worked out because you can just carry so much more stuff with you. I need to lubricate these poles. And that's why I like this tent. That's how easy it is to pop it up. It takes, realistically, like 2 minutes to pop it up. It's never leaked on me. I've been in some pretty bad...
There was something wet in your truck.
Do what?
There was something wet in the truck.
That front window keeps sliding open. I wonder if it got rained in there from that. Bought us this clean bucket so we can wash out our pans and pots and get water to put out the fire and stuff like that. We always mean to bring one with us, but we always forget. We bring everything else, but we always forget.
I'm going to set up on that side so I've got my Goodyear too.
Right on. My friend Brian here is kind of hard of hearing on one side, so we got to coordinate where we sit so that he might could understand me mumbling at him.
It cuts down on the number of what's?
What?
Huh?
Give us some potatoes and coffee. Coffee and potato. We're going to need some coffee here in a second. Here's that saw again.
Oh, those fiskars are nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's handy.
Yeah, that's the one I got. That was $15.
Yeah. Because, I mean, all we got to do is put like a stick, two sticks on either side.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. We could just lay it across the logs if we want. This might be the better one to cook the, I don't know, either one. I brought this.
It's a little muggly.
Yeah, brought this new pan here. This is a vintage cast iron pan made in Birmingham, and it's made by a company called Birmingham Stove and Range. This is a little bit newer one because it says made in USA on it, so we know it's post 1960. Now this is a little 6 5/8 number 3 pan. This was made by a company based in Atlanta called Atlanta Stove Works, and they got so successful that they started a foundry over in Birmingham and started this line of skillets, pans, pots, chicken fryers, stuff like that. And they were in operation all the way up, I think, into the 80s or early 90s. So it's a good pan. It's perfect for eggs. It's not too big.
Emergency rations?
No, it's batteries.
Huh?
It's batteries.
Oh.
Also, managed to find my Dutch oven. It's been missing for years. I used this Dutch oven one time when I bought it years ago, and then I did what a lot of people do, and I forgot about it. It got all rusty, and I lost it. Finally found it. This is a redstone. Not sure where they're made at. I think I got it at Tractor Supply, but we're going to actually bake. We got some steaks that are really, really thick, so we're going to bake some steaks in here at first so we know they're done through the center and then fry them in a pan.
You know, it's not the heat, it's the humidity.
Yeah, these are nice, the ones we use. We can wash them off, but they're good to get the stuff prepared on. Cheap little serving platters, make nice makeshift cutting boards, serving trays.
I brought a cutting board this time because I knew we were going to be getting all culinary.
We got the fancy, got this little grate here, this Weber grate. Got this at Home Depot earlier today. Because tomorrow we're going to cook something special that we've never cooked before camping. Brian's got a lot of experience doing cooking, working in restaurants and stuff like that. Now he manages a cigar shop down in Woodstock, Georgia called Maxwell's Cigar Bar, which is actually where we ran into each other, and we're the only two people that have camping in common that we know of, so that's why we go camping. And
I forgot the battery lantern, the one we set out
oh yeah,
by the fire with. I meant to bring that.
that's why he's a saucier. Let me give him a brief rundown of him working on river boats in the Mississippi and all that saucier stuff. So.
Do some
Processing wood. Normally I'm joking about processing wood, but I managed to forget my chainsaw, which is nice. So there's a lot of dead, I guess it was dead standing or somebody cut it, I don't know. It doesn't look like it's been cut, but anyway, whole bunch of it right there. So we're going to cut some of that up, split it because it's been raining, start us a fire over here in our fire pit and start getting it set up. We got some Yeah, we got some charcoal briquettes for use with the Dutch oven, so that'll make it a lot easier to cook with. And we're gonna do a little bit more fancy cooking. We got potatoes and corn and baby back ribs and steaks, and we're gonna make some cornbread, all kinds of stuff. So we're gonna do a little more fancy than usual, but hopefully y'all enjoy it. See how good the Fiskars is. Oh, it won't flip. This is really inconvenient.
Well, these snap nice. That's good.
Try up there. Alright, so what we're going to do, we've got enough wood split or cut to get a fire started. And then what we're thinking of doing is just cutting these off here, longer sections, so that we just lay it in the fire and burn it. And then as it burns through, move the log over and just burn it long length, maybe 2 foot at a time. Because that little saw that I got there is not big enough to cut. But anyway, that's the plan for right now. It's too humid for all this BS. Wood's awful wet on the inside too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I didn't think it would be because it's been sitting there a while. This wood that we've been cutting has been here for at least 6 months, because that's where it was the last time we were here. It's in the same spot. And it's still got the bark on it, so we know it's fairly green. It ain't super dry. It's a little more wet on the inside than we were really anticipating. So we've got one more of the ripcord fires, and they're supposed to light wet wood. If that doesn't work, I've got a propane torch in the truck and some burnt motor oil and stuff like that. We're going to get a fire burning one way or another. It might take some petroleum distillants of some kind, but we'll get it burning. But Brian's working on getting this stuff chopped up kind of small so that it's got a little bit better opportunity to catch. Surprised the creek isn't flooded up. It's rained a good bit here in the last couple of weeks. It's rained on and off, and the creek's a little up. It's a little muddy, but not too bad.
Oh, did you see that's a fresh down?
Oh yeah, there's a fresh tree over here to the side, just out of frame here that's fell. It's getting cloudy on us pretty quick, so that rain's probably moving our way. I mean, it is later in the day, and we're kind of a little bit in a holler here, but you would expect to be a little bit more light than this. But
all right, shall we yank it?
Yeah, yank it, Brian. And actually pull it hard this time. There you go. That's what it's supposed to do every time. We like having big fires. We got a tendency to stay up 3/4 of the night smoking cigars and talking about Bigfoot and history and crap like that. So we have big fires. You don't have to put as much wood on them as often if you get them packed, especially if the wood's wet. That's kind of beneficial, because then you don't have to put as much on it all the time.
See if it lives up to its
yeah, hopefully it'll do its job. You know, it'd be nice if it did. Otherwise, we might have to go buy a. Gonna have to buy a chair tomorrow, because I'm not driving all the way back to my house for a chair. But you know, you don't realize how convenient a chair is until you don't have a chair. You know what I'm saying? I don't make the rules. We brought charcoal with us so that we could, if it starts raining really hard, we can just cook underneath our awning over here. And if the fire ends up going out, it's not that big a deal. We can still cook. Plus, I've got a propane stove, so we can use that as well.
Yeah, we won't go hungry.
No, we ain't gonna do without, you know.
That's how long it took me to cut through about a 6-inch log with that little Fisker saw.
Alright, we got some, I know the screen's dark, we don't have the proper lighting for this kind of filming here, but anyway, we got some coffee, well, some water boiling here, and we're about to make some coffee, and we're getting ready to start cooking some, so. Yeah. So after we get some coffee going, we're going to start getting the steaks ready. I'm going to fry up some potatoes in the skillet on my single burner here, and should be a good meal. Looking forward to it. I haven't ate anything today, so it's been a long day, but been looking forward to this for several weeks. And y'all ain't gonna believe how good this fire starter worked. I mean, just take a look. This is burning soaking wet wood right now. That's soaking wet. Wood right there. And boy, you wouldn't believe it either, because there's Brian. Soaking wet wood burning like that. It's pretty impressive. Anyway, get back to you when there's something to share. Alright. Brian's going to get the seasoning done on the steaks here. These are thick as crap here. So what we're going to do is kind of...
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So these are pretty crazy thick here. So we're going to... What'd you call it, Brian? You said you're going to...
We're going to reverse sear.
Yes. So we're going to put them in the Dutch oven. A little bit of bacon grease.
Just bake them for a little
Yeah,
bit.
bake them in there. And then we're going to, sear them in a pan?
And then once, we'll probably either sear them in the pan or just put them on that.
Or we flip the lid over on the Dutch oven and use it. And then...
well, if we put the Dutch oven over the fire, you know, just right over the fire, then
Yeah.
then that'll be just like putting them in the frying pan.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll get these seasoned, and then we'll get the potatoes prepped. So that's my super secret barbecue rub. That's on the ribs that we're going to cook tomorrow, which ought to be really good. But tonight we don't want to wait for the ribs, and this will be a quicker cook.
Brian can make some quality steaks, and he's only let me down one time with a steak, and that wasn't even his fault. That was the surface in which we were cooking on's fault. But
Now the salt got a little damp.
that's a running issue we have, is never being able to keep the salt dry.
It's almost always just worth it to buy a new one.
Yeah.
Well, actually, if I could get the flippy piece out of the way, it would probably help. All right, so that's the steaks prepped.
We were going to cut these potatoes kind of like steak fries, fry them in the skillet. Going to use the one burner stove for that, just being easier. You said you didn't do much potato peeling in the Marine Corps?
Nah.
Apparently he dodged kitchen duty. I've got a little bit of an accumulation of gnats and
Yeah, they're
flies
liking
over here.
they're liking this light.
Good old Idaho potatoes.
We might not end up reversing. We may just sear them. I think that might be what I'll do, is just sear them and then just let them finish in there. So I'm going to put this back on the fire. There we go.
There's a light where you might could see something. There you go. Yeah, perfect. So thick they don't even sizzle right off. You hear that sizzle?
There we go.
Alright. Now I'm going to fry up the potatoes. They should fry in this just as good as oil, shouldn't they?
Yeah, bacon fat's nothing wrong with that.
We try to eat healthy here.
I cook everything in bacon fat. They're loving these lights, the bugs. Welcome to summer camping.
The only thing I don't like about this stove is it sits crooked no matter what you do to it. There's our taters frying in there. They ought to be pretty good.
Leave the salt and pepper out.
Gonna have to invest in some lights here if we're gonna film it dark, but it'll all come in time.
I think we film in the day, night's our time.
Yeah.
After dinner.
Oh, that was some thunder there. Did you hear that?
No.
Yeah. Once again, Brian's got a little bit of what some would refer to as a mild hearing problem.
Deaf in one ear and can't hear out of the other.
I think it's mainly selective, but
I do have an appointment on the 26th. This is going to be more like having a roast.
oh yeah.
Let's turn it up to medium-high heat.
Very good. Alright, here's the finished product. We got the potatoes nice and cooked, steaks nice and cooked. Took a long time because the steak's so thick, but it'll be worth it.
30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes or so, but like I say, it's what, 2 inches thick? Inch and a half?
Oh, they're at least 3 inches.
Oh, 3 inches thick. Alright, yeah. So, got the potatoes nice and browned up. Just salt everything up and go to eating. And, well, y'all don't need to see Fat Man eat, so we'll give you an update afterward. The rain's just now starting, just finished cooking in time, so it's perfect timing. We'll be back with you in a little while. Brian's cutting up a steak here. Oh yeah, look at that. Looks good.
That's awesome.
The weather's just now moving in. We're hoping it doesn't blow underneath our awning here, but it already is a little bit, so. Taste report.
Oh, good.
Is it good?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, well, we're going to eat while it's still hot, and then we'll get back with you. Alright, we got the bacon and sausage cooked. We're about to pack up camp and move to the other location, which is farther up in North Georgia. It never did really rain last night like it was supposed to. We checked the weather real good, and it was supposed to rain on and off pretty heavily from midnight to 7 a.m., but it really never did come in. So we just had our steaks and skillet fried potatoes and sat around the fire for a while. We didn't have any trouble out of the fire. It burned real good, even though the wood was wet. That ripcord fire really worked well. And then we got to make a stop by the store on the way up to the other campsite, but going to get some more rain today because it looks like it's going to rain here in just a second. So we're going to try to pack up before it hits us and get on the road. Thanks for watching.